Hello and welcome to this edition of Diary of a Common Man. My name is Salim Lalani. This week we will talk about the facade of affluence. I have touched upon it in the past, but today we are going to give it a perspective and we will talk about it in a little bit of a detail. But before we start, we will a couple of things to a couple of announcements. One is that I will be talking about Ginans from next week onwards. So what I'll do is not many people know about Ginans. They have heard about Ginans. They may have even uh, so say you are a Muslim and you've heard about Ginans, that Ismailis sing Ginans, but they have no idea as to what Ginans are. And if you are an Ismaili, you may have sung a Ginan, you may have recited a Ginan, but you wouldn't, most of you, I would say 90% of Ismailis, if not more, do not understand what is the content of the Ginan. They recite the Ginan, you recite the Ginan, but you do not understand the meaning of it. And there are many reasons why you don't understand. One of them is that it is composed in a language or a combination of different languages almost 800 years ago. And the Gujarati and the Indian languages in those days used to be different to what it is today. So I will be attempting to unravel the Ginan and its meaning so that you can draw your own conclusions about how Ismailis are being fooled around. So that is from next week. This week there is a little bit of a news for you, for me to share with you. If you remember Wazir's case, those of you who don't remember, very briefly, Wazir was sent in the Jamaat Khana by me to record the illegal activities. And the reason why I sent him there is that I wanted a documentary evidence or the video evidence of the activities so that we could report it to the authorities that illegal activities are happening. So, me and Wazir were working as good citizens of Australia to report the illegal activities. Now, when Wazir went inside, he got caught and he was assaulted. He was verbally abused. His mother was verbally abused, and he was imprisoned in his car for more than an hour. And we were able to procure or extract a video from the police records. Remember, the police came to the incident and they wear a camera on their body. So everything that happened whilst the police was there has been recorded, and it is on police record that they did imprison Wazir. Based on that, Wazir sent a letter of demand to the Jamaat Khana people, president of the council, who was one of the uh, person responsible for what happened on that day, and Shamsuddin Pabani, the goon, who actually verbally abused and imprisoned Wazir. And we also basically sent a letter to Social Development Incorporation, which is they're running the Jamaat Khana under that name. So three parties were sent that letter of demand, and we gave them 14 days to pay up the $100,000 to Wazir for the trauma that he had suffered, the humiliation that he had suffered. Now, what happened is 14 days passed, and on the last day, last minute, they sent a letter to Wazir's lawyer via their lawyer, and they basically saying this: believe it or not, believe it or not, that they deny that this ever happened. So we had, okay, am I surprised? No. They are compulsive liars. They can lie to anybody, and they can hide the truth. They can go to any extent to hide the truth. There is no conscience at all. Okay, they deny that, but they don't. Obviously, they haven't been watching my video where I have spoken about it. That the evidence is on the police video. It's not anywhere else. It is with the police that this happened. Okay. All right. So whether they know, whether they have seen my video, and whether they know that the evidence is there, I don't know. Maybe they haven't watched my video, and maybe they don't know that there is evidence of this incident recorded on, not only on the police video, but on Wazir's video as well. Okay, so there is evidence all over the place. So in that letter of demand, we had actually said to them that, look, we give you 14 days to pay up. Okay. If you don't, then we will go to the court without notifying you. So that is exactly what we may decide to do. Next week, Wazir, me, and the lawyer has a meeting next week sometime. So we will give you an update on that in the next episode. All right. So that is the update on Wazir's case. And obviously, we'll see what happens. Let's now come to the topic today. The affluence. Is it true that Agakhanis are affluent? I would say the answer is mostly no, and a little bit of yes. Little bit of yes, because a minority is affluent. Agakhanis are made of different people belonging to different cultural backgrounds. One of them is Indians, Hindus who were converted 1,000 years ago into Ismailism. And these people are called Khojas. And these are the people who are doing well, particularly in the Western countries. But they are very small in number. And the other people are original Ismailis living in Syria, living in the mountainous areas of Tajikistan and Central Asia. These are the people who are not doing very well. In fact, not only they are not doing financially well, In fact, they are not only not affluent, they are struggling. They are struggling to survive. Many of them live in war torn countries like Syria. And there is conflict happening in Tajikistan because the government of Tajikistan is not very happy with the activities of Aga Khan. So we have been given an impression of affluence. Okay, let me show you some pictures. Okay, so that you get to understand. Okay, okay, affluence. Okay, these sort of people you will find in the Western countries and some in the developing countries as well, but mostly in. Okay, now affluence. This is called affluence. This is the interior of Aga Khan Palace in Lisbon. This is another picture. Uh, this is the Aga Khan Park in Kabul. There are many such parks around the world, in Canada, in Egypt, all over the place. Um, and then you have, obviously, you have Aga Khan Museum in Toronto. Actually, I would like to talk about this because I was there in 2021, Aga Khan Museum. And when you enter the thing, by the way, it is a commercial organization. Don't think it is for people to enjoy. If you go in there, you pay a fee, and then you go inside. And when you go inside and you take a left turn on the wall, there is acknowledgements that people have donated to the construction of this museum. Millions of dollars were contributed by Ismailis. So money comes from the Murids, and the name is Aga Khan Museum. Money is contributed by Canadian government, and the credit goes to Aga Khan. And that is exactly how he works. Okay. The religious money, the dason that he gets, or different types of religious money that he gets, that is the sweat money of the poor people around the world, and of course the rich people around the world. It is their money, and he gets the credit, and he creates Aga Khan Development Network. And look at this shamelessness of this guy, that even that money is not spent for charity. Even Aga Khan Development Network is a commercial organization. Okay, anyway, so I just wanted to talk about that. This is the Aga Khan Palace in Pune in India. And yeah, so what happens? Actually, I'll show you. There is this is the Center of Pluralism in Ottawa in Canada. This is the high profile Jamaat Khana in Burnaby in Canada. And there are many high profile Jamaat Khanas. There is a Dubai one, there is a London one, and I think they are making one in Houston. And this is Humayun's tomb in Delhi in India. So basically, for those who don't know, Humayun was one of the emperors of India, and this is a heritage building, his tomb, and it was not in good condition. So Aga Khan grabbed the opportunity. He basically spent millions in renovating the place and making it look beautiful. And it is, I've been there, and I'm sure many of you would have. You pay a fee to get in. Okay. Anyway, so So billions upon billions are spent in egoistic projects like that. Billions are spent in egoistic project. Egoistic? Why egoistic? Because there is a name of Aga Khan. Aga Khan this, Aga Khan that. And that's how he creates an illusion of affluence. And that illusion that belongs to Aga Khan, the Murids basically begin to believe that they are affluent as well. Because Aga Khan is their father. The children are obviously the family. So the family is affluent. And this affluence, this impression, this illusion of affluence creates a delusion. Delusion that they are affluent. So that delusion has created arrogance. And we have seen the arrogance of Ismailis via different incidences that has happened, which I have reported to you. Incidents that happened with Karim Sumar. When he said to me, Salim, go and do something else. In other words, what he was trying to say is that people like you have come and gone. You can't make any difference. We are too big. It creates that arrogance. And my gut feeling is telling me that this arrogance will be the reason for their downfall. It is already a reason for the lack of or the fall in revenue. It is already that. They did not listen to me. And now they are trying to do everything to stop me from speaking. It's not going to work. The word is out. The word is out that it's a sham. The whole system is a sham. People are not giving money, bar the developing countries. In India, they are still giving money, I understand. Maybe in Pakistan too. And remember, these are the countries who are severely impacted by COVID, severely impacted by the inflation crisis that is going on around the world. And the shameless Imam cannot even forego the dasan. He cannot make that farman. That look, I know my spiritual children are going through very difficult times. I can't give you the money, okay, to help. But I can at least forgive the dasan. No, not even that. He wants to suck the last drop of blood from the murid's body. That's how shameless this man is, or his system is. And look at this. I mean, I've shown you these pictures before. This is how they work in India. And there are many Ismailis I know personally who work in these kind of conditions. Actually, when when I was brought up, I was born in an area like that. Okay, similar to this. Okay, we have seen this. All right, so There's poverty in Ismaili people. Particularly, this is the city that I'm talking about, the Mumbai. I'm pretty sure you will find poverty in Africa. You will find poverty in Ismailis in Bangladesh. There's a call coming, so I better switch off my mobile phone. Yeah, but will you be shown the pictures of those Ismailis living in these conditions? No. You will be shown the pictures of affluence. Um, you'll be shown the pictures of affluence. And that is how they work. Okay? That is exactly how they work. And this is the reason for this episode is that it is important for the institution to show the world that they are better than everybody else. They are not. It is, I call it a marketing strategy. You show the good, but you don't show the bad. You show the affluence, which is small in number, and you don't show the poverty that is bigger in number. That is the strategy. I hope I have expressed myself clearly, and I hope my audience will understand how this strategy, how this facade of affluence is created by the marketing strategies of Agakhani system. That's all I have to speak today. Let's take any questions if there are any. Any questions? Zahid? All right. So Zahid is maybe gone to sleep. So I'll look at the questions. Mrs. X, don't you think this Aga Khan is the richest in the whole world? Because this Khan is a genius, smartest of all, hiding his empire behind tons of layers of corporate layers. Yeah, absolutely. We've spoken about that, and we will expand upon that in the future episodes. Besides, she continues. Besides billions of dollars in cash, businesses, islands, jets, investments, just the value of all the Jamaat Khana buildings make him the richest, putting Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Bill Gates to shame. Yes, we cannot put a dollar value to the value of the properties around the world. But you are right. He owns the buildings, and the money comes from this. It is this money of his murids. And then another one. She continues. Would you agree that Aga Khan are like Jews within Muslims? They are not, but they pretend when it comes to wealth, influence, fitna, and evil. Um, I would not like to make a comment on that. Uh, we'll go to the next one. If Aga Khanis can ignore Aga Khan's name in Money Launderer's part report of Paradise report, do you think they will believe anything else? Actually, I haven't seen that report, Paradise report, and I don't know if Aga Khan's name is included in that report. Is it possible for you to send me a copy of that, Mrs. X, or anybody listening to me now? Okay, and then she says Aga Khan sued his followers for publishing a farman. I'm sure Aga Khan saw how he was giving conflicting statements in different places. Do you do you think Mola Ali would have sued his followers? Look, I don't even like to compare Aga Khan with the character of Maula Ali. Again, I will emphasize here that I don't know Maula Ali personally. Okay, I know Aga Khan. I have myself seen Aga Khan in action. I have not seen Maula Ali in action. Maula Ali may be a real person 1400 years ago, I don't know. But the stories that I hear about him, I have great respect. Even if he's not a real person, even if it's a fictitious story, okay, that character of Mullah Ali impresses me. And Aga Khan, I would not even like to compare him with Aga Khan. Okay. Anyway, we'll keep going. Hussein says, great question to start with. Look forward to a discussion. And then Hussein says, Aga Khan sued his disciples for publishing Farman in another perfect example of how Aga Khan wants to keep things secret. If Aga Khan is God sent for the entire world, why does he want to hide from his Farmans? Well, hiding, yes, it's a good point, Hussein. But remember, hiding is a strategy. It's a survival strategy. He will hide, his murids will hide, and we have seen that. Over the last 2 years, we invited him and we invited his murids to come forward and clarify the the question, the allegations that I raised, and they're still hiding. Okay, okay. Wazir's case is familiar. When I was growing up in a non-Ismaili, when I was growing up, if a non-Ismaili tried to enter Jamaat Khana, volunteers used to beat that person in Pakistan. It was okay to do it in Pakistan, but not in Australia. Correct. Taka Hapana says money could be used or be misused. It depends on how Aga Khan uses money. Is it for good or bad cause? No problem if it is used for good purpose in helping the poor and needy, but this is not done. Yes. Okay, Aga Khan Museum, something you got for free and makes millions every year. Okay, Takapana says money corrupts and makes a person like Aga Khan greedy, wanting more money with no accountability. Hussein says Aga Khan Museum, something he got for free. Okay. Salim Takapana says, Salim, how does Aga Khan waste millions of dollars given to him by Muris as in Islam wastage is not allowed? We have spoken about this. He has got nothing to do with Islam. He's just a greedy person. Okay. If Aga Khan is a spiritual leader, why does he collect so much money, which is material? Does he need to collect material money? Not at all. He is a spiritual person. Spirit has got nothing to do with material. Okay. If Aga Khan stopped taking the sun, how would Aga Khan's kitchen run? Aga Khan would die of hunger. Okay. Um, Actually, on that note, I would like to make a comment here that if you were to convert those billions of dollars spent on egoistic projects, okay, into rupees in Pakistan or shillings in Africa, how many poor people can be helped? How many people could be given respectable life? Think about it. Convert only $1 billion to rupees, and then think about how many people could be removed from the slums or in pathetic living conditions and given a respectable life. Think about it. All right. All right. Why Muris have not woken up to these sham practices perpetuated by Aga Khan is in receiving free money for hundreds of years. Uh, Muris are starting to wake up. That is good news. It's another matter that they don't front up, they don't come to the front, but they know. And that is what we have achieved over the last 2 years in making them aware. That has happened. Okay. Many have not woken up, but they are going to Jamaat Khana for egoistic purposes, for selfish purposes, okay, which we have spoken about. All right. So this generation, I think, the next generation, I don't think will go to Jamaat Khana because they have already detached themselves. So the Aga Khan game is over. I'm just trying to put an end to it sooner rather than later. That's all I'm trying to do. Even if I hadn't done anything, the Aga Khan system would have disintegrated within 25 to 50 years. But I want to see this happening in my lifetime. And I want to stop the abuse of the poor now, not 50 years later. Okay. All right. Persolu says he doesn't need Dason to survive. Already he has assets worth billions. Absolutely. Salim, since you have opened shop, what inroads have you made within Ismaili community? I don't know what you mean by inroads within Ismaili communities. As far as Ismailis are concerned, there are Ismailis who are my volunteers. Okay, and they give me information, and that information is invaluable for my campaign. All right. Okay. All right. Aga Khan lives a life wherever he never experienced a day without food and water. Can you imagine how much food is wasted at Aga Khan's house? Yeah, I don't know that. Persolu, he probably wastes enough to feed a small town. His yacht probably has the carbon emissions of some small town too. This is why he hides uh, in Portugal. He doesn't know his disciples other than the money relationship. A disciple can never visit his house or his vacation properties. I love your vision, Mr. Salim. Thank you. All right. So, thank you so much for participating once again in big numbers today. I appreciate that. And I hope you continue to to participate like this. But I would also like you to donate. Please donate. Go to my website www.calltowakeup.org.au because now we are taking them to court. And this is a historical moment. Every dollar that you donate will count towards the disintegration or the stopping of abuse by Aga Khan of the poor people. Please go to my website and donate. In the last 2 years, I have never asked for donation. Now I am because I want to create history with you. Okay, without your financial contribution, we will not be able to do it. So please do it. And also don't forget to subscribe and share the channel with your family and friends. Thank you once again. Look after yourself. Be nice to each other. And I'll see you next week with the episodes on Ginans. Thank you. See you then. Bye bye.